In day-to-day concern, patient related to breast disorder comes in gynecopedy for various pathological conditions of breast. It is very necessary to diagnose early any condition and prevent further complications. According to modern science, it is necessary to study some common disorder of breast for undergraduate student. Breast diseases make up number of conditions. The most common symptoms are breast mastitis, breast pain, nipple discharge, and benign tumors of the breast. Now today we will discuss about the benign tumors of the breast. First, we should know the structure of the breast. Yesterday I have told you that go to in the first part of Prasuti Tantra and study the normal structure of the breast. When we study the benign tumor of the breast, we should know there are the two types of main tissues in the breast. One is a glandular tissue, which has a gland which secretes the milk and carry to the ducts and then through the nipple. These are the glandular tissues. And second is the supporting tissues, the tissues which supports the muscle, which supports the structure of the breast. That is all glandular tissues, lobules, milk carrying ducts, etc. These supporting tissues are known as a stromal tissue. So it is clear that the breast has a two type of tissue, glandular tissue and supporting tissue. Supporting tissues are known as a stromal tissue. The glandular part of the breast include lobules and duct. In lactating mother, these cells of the lobule produce milk and which is then carried inside a duct, that is milk passage, to the nipple. The supporting tissues of the breast include various types of fibrocystic changes because they are the fibers. Stromal cells means the fiber, benign breast tumor and breast inflammation. Supporting tissues causes fibrocystic changes. These fibrocystic changes are benign breast changes or benign breast tumors and breast inflammation. Now, benign breast conditions are very common. In 9 out of 10 women suffer with the various benign conditions of the breast, that is inflammation of the fibrous tissue or tumor of the fibrous tissue. If breast tissue is examined under the microscope, a range of changes can be found in this fibrous tissue or supporting tissue of the breast. Means each time there is no carcinoma, some inflammatory changes can occur at any age in the supporting tissue of the breast, that is known as a fibrocystic changes. Now, diagnosis of the benign breast disease. How you diagnose the benign breast disease? First, inquire about the medical history, family history related to breast cancer, because breast cancer pass out in the next generation. If the mother has a history of breast cancer, then the girl child also prone to the infection of breast cancer. Thorough physical examination, USG and fine needle aspiration cytology. This is the method for diagnosis of the benign breast disease. First, inquire about the medical history. If she is having any tenderness, inflammation, menstrual related changes in the breast, then take family history. If again the doubtful, examine thorough physical examination of the patient, that is clinical breast examination, then do USG, mammography, and then fine needle aspiration cytology. This is a sequence of diagnosis of benign breast diseases. Now, fibrocystic changes. Fibrocystic changes are most common in women of childbearing age, but can affect women of any age. Nowadays in the OPD, most of the girl child in puberty age come with these fibrocystic changes. The cysts are sometimes surrounded by tough sac-like fibrous tissue instead of a soft fat. It is covered with the fibrous tissue instead of fat, soft fat. The condition may lead to feel lumpy in places, and if the cysts are full and tense, or if there is much fibrous carrying, it may feel firm and bit like a cancer. When the cyst is lumpy and it is movable, then many times it is a benign cyst. But when after solid fibrocystic changes, it becomes firm and it is not movable, then it can be converted into cancer. So these are the fibrocystic changes. Fibrocystic changes in the breast which occur in a supporting system of the breast or supporting tissues of the breast, that is stromal tissue. It can occur in a reproductive age, but in some cases it can occur at any age. Second thing, first the cystic changes are surrounded by the fibrous tissue, sac-like fibrous tissue. The feel is lumpy, but many times the fibrous tissue become hard and the feel of the fibrocystic changes or cyst becomes hard. Diagnosis of fibrocystic changes. Number 1, cyst, lumpiness and thickened area. Tenderness is there. Pain. Many times patient came for pain in the breast. Then enlargement, pain of a cyst just before menstrual period, and due to the hormonal changes. Yesterday I already explained the hormonal changes before menstruation in the breast, and more apparent during the pregnancy. Many times pregnant patient also came with the tenderness in the breast. This is nothing but due to the inflammation of the fibrocystic tissues of the breast. Lump usually shrinks after menopause. These are the benign lump, and cysts are more noticeable just before menstrual period. If the lump may be firm and have other features increasing suspicious of the cancer. If there is a weight loss, the lump is growing fast, severe tenderness in the lump, hard feeling, not movable, then that lump is of a breast malignancy, so rule out the malignancy. Needle biopsy and surgical biopsy detect the breast malignancy. So this is all about the fibrocystic changes in the breast. Thank you. Now, if importance of microscopic features in some cases of fibrocystic changes. Fibrocystic changes are common changes which occur in a glandular tissue and fibrous tissue. Common name is a fibrocystic changes. When the change occurs only into the fibrous tissue or a stromal tissue or supporting tissue, it is known as a fibrosis. If the changes in the breast occur into the glandular tissues, that is known as a adenoma and or a cyst. And if the changes occur in both fibrous and the cystic tissue or adenoma, that is known as a fibroadenoma. This can be distinguished in the mammography. So, fibrosis, cyst formation, and if both changes occur at a time in the fibrous and the glandular tissue, that is known as a fibroadenoma. Now first, what is fibrosis? Fibrosis refers to the prominence of the fibrous tissue. The fibrous tissue, which are the supporting tissues of the breast, that get inflamed, and that is known as a fibrosis. Area of fibrosis is rubbery. No circular structure is filled. Rubbery feel is there, firm and hard to touch. It do not have much risk of cancer. Fibrosis do not have much risk of fiber. because it is mild inflammation of the fibrous tissue. Then cyst. Cystic changes occurs in the breast, normal physiological changes of menstrual cycle or pregnancy also. But sometimes these cystic changes may lead to the malignancy also. So never neglect any type of cystic changes in the breast. Cysts are a space. Cyst is a space or a cavity which is fluid filled with the fluid or fluid filled cavity, or is known as a cyst, linked by breast glandular cells. Now they start out as a microcyst which are too small to fill. The microcysts are found in many patients. The patient can't feel it till the symptoms occur, and when the physician palpates, he can also miss the cyst because the starting of the cyst is microcyst. Too small to feel and are found only when tissue is looked in the under microscope. If fluid continues to build up, the process of collection of the fluid continues in the microcyst, they become prominent, they form, and they occur most often in 35 to 50 age group and may swell in weeks before women's menstrual period. Why they swells? Due to the collection of the water increases under the influence of the estrogen hormone before menstruation. So this is the pathology of formation of the cyst. Now the causes of the cyst. The cause of breast cyst remain unknown. Then risk factor, excess estrogen in the body. The women who are taking oral pills which contain estrogen or estrogen only pills, they may suffer with these cystic changes before menstruation. Now the clinical features. It is a round. Fibrosis, it do not have a round structure. It is a rubbery, lengthy structure. But cyst is a round, movable lump and is felt and may reach 1 to 2 inches across. How the breast cyst is diagnosed? It is round, movable lump, 1 to 2 inches across. The diameter is 1 to 2 inches and easily felt. While growing, stretching of surrounding breast tissues may cause pain. As a cyst grows, it causes stretching of the surrounding supporting tissues and it causes pain. Tenderness on touch. Increase in breast lump size, breast tenderness before the period. These are the symptoms, clinical features of the breast cyst. Now treatment. Treatment of fibrocystic changes. If they are painful, require treatment and they can easily drained by fine needle aspiration. When we do the fine needle aspiration cytology, at that time the complete fluid of the cyst is removed and the patient get relief. For a very small number of women with painful cyst, draining of fine needle aspiration can help to relieve symptoms. Using birth control pill to regulate the menstrual cycle may help to reduce the recurrence of the cyst. Containing both hormones, estrogen and progesterone, we provide patient as a contraceptive and to relieve the symptoms of the cyst. As the period becomes regular, the tenderness in the breast also decreases. Then surgical removal of the cyst is necessary in some circumstances. In all the cases, surgical removal of the breast cyst is not necessary. Thank you. Now, fibroadenoma. What is fibroadenoma? Fibroadenoma means it is a combined inflammation of fibrous tissue and the adenoma, that is glandular cells. Means there is a presence of fibrous tissue with the presence of cyst is known as a fibroadenoma. Only inflammation of the supporting tissue of the breast is known as a fibrosis. Inflammation of the glandular cells is known as a cyst, and combined inflammation of fibrosis and the cyst glandular cells of the breast are known as a fibroadenoma. So, a fibroadenoma is a solid tumor that contains both connective tissue, means fibrous, and tissue from the milk gland, means adenoma. So, the name is fibroadenoma. It is the most common type of lump found in women in their teens and 20s and is more common in black women. It is the mean age of this type of fibroadenoma is 15 to 25 years. Although fibroadenomas do not become malignant, they can enlarge in pregnancy and breastfeeding. Clinical features: fibroadenoma is round and rubbery. The fibrosis is rubbery, cyst is round, and fibroadenoma is round and rubbery. They disappear spontaneously each year. Most stop growing after they reach 2 to 3 centimeter, or they disappear as the inflammation decreases, the fluid is absorbed, the fibroadenoma disappears yearly. They are clearly identified with mammography and fine needle aspiration. Sometimes needle biopsy is done. They may be removed if they are growing very large. So, these are the benign, in a benign condition, not necessary to remove out. Only the fluid is collected from the cyst and it is tested for the malignancy, or the biopsy, method of biopsy, cone biopsy or fine needle aspiration biopsy, the malignancy is ruled out. They involve in the menopause as the influence of the estrogen hormone decreases in the age of menopause. The fibroadenomas decreases in size and coarse calcification develop. Then painless swelling, smooth form and non-tender, well localized, moves freely within the breast tissue, and axillary lymph node are not enlarged. If there are changes of malignancy, the axillary lymph node may be found enlarged. So the cyst is painful on touch, but fibroadenoma are less painful on touch, no tenderness, and they are well localized and can be diagnosed easily. Thank you. For this, what we have to do? The core needle biopsy, fine needle aspiration biopsy is done to rule out proper diagnosis of fibrosis, cyst and fibroadenoma. Thank you. Now the breast carcinoma. Breast cancer is the most common cancer among women worldwide with over 1 million new cases per year. Breast cancer, it is a more threatening type, breast and cervical cancer, in Indian women also. Etiology. The etiology of breast cancer is enigmatic. The causative factor many times are not diagnosed. First one is the internal, which is at molecular level. This factor act by producing DNA mutation or by including cell proliferation. What is cancer? Cancer, it is an extra growth of the cell. When there is a DNA mutation and the growth of the cell is not controlled by the body, then it converts into the cancer. So this is one cause, is internal at a molecular level. Then external factor. The external factor are unknown and various external factors are there. These are poorly defined environmental factors associated with Western lifestyle, that is excessive use of contraceptive, smoking, alcohol, various types of chemical also cause the carcinoma. Risk factor, geographic location. It is very common in industrialized nation where more exposure to chemicals is there. Then gender, more common in female. Increasing age, it is less common after 50 years. It is more common in a reproductive age group. Then family history, the risk of breast cancer is 2 or more times more for a woman with first degree relative with breast cancer, that is the mother, grandmother, etc. Then postmenopausal obesity, the obese women are more prone for breast cancer. So the postmenopausal obesity is risk factor for the breast cancer. Then mammographic breast density, if the breasts are very dense are seen in the mammography, then there may be the chances of breast cancer. Mammographic breast density. Then oral contraceptive use, hormonal oral contraceptive use, current and recent use increase the relative risk of breast cancer. Use prior to age of 20 produce a higher relative risk. Then hormonal replacement therapy, combined estrogen and progesterone raise the relative risk of breast cancer. Use prior to age of 20 produce higher relative risk. So what are the risk factor related to breast disease, breast carcinoma? Geographic location, then gender, increasing age, family history, past history of breast disease, postmenopausal obesity, mammographic breast density, oral contraceptive use, and hormonal replacement therapy. Now, prevention. Increased frequency of clinical mammographic surveillance. After the age of 40 or from age 30 onwards, every woman should teach by their family doctor how to examine the self breast. So self breast examination is must once in a month or every after 15 days to find out any hidden lump. Clinical breast examination should be carried out 2 times in a year. Then for 35 years onwards, mammography once in a year is very necessary, so we can pick up the growing carcinoma or developing carcinoma in breast tissues as early as possible. So it is very necessary to create awareness related to mammography in the rural areas also, and mammography and pap smear test for cervical cancer are very necessary once in a year, 35 years onwards. If any woman have a family history of any type of this carcinoma, breast carcinoma, cervical carcinoma, that woman should do mammography and pap smear test 30 years onwards yearly. So for the prevention, mammography is must. Regular clinical and mammographic examination is offered to young women at high risk. Mammography should be started at the age of 35 years or 5 years younger than youngest affected in the family member, that is 30 years. For women aged 40 years, bimanual mammography is necessary. Annual clinical examination are undertaken. Women aged 40 to 50 years, annual mammography and clinical examination are recommended. For women aged 50 years, frequent screening may be continued or frequency reduced if the risk decreases with the age. After 50 years onward, it is not necessary to do the mammography so frequently yearly. You can do bimanually or trimanually, because as the age increases, the chances of the carcinoma also decreases. Prophylactic surgery. Some women at a very high risk may need to consider prophylactic bilateral mastectomy, usually with reconstruction. If any abnormalities seen first stage, second stage, then total mastectomy is very necessary. Lifestyle changes such as exercise, dietary modification, adequate protein, fibrous diet must necessary. Moderate reduction in fat consumption, moderate intake, moderate intake and lowered alcohol intake, and weight loss are very necessary for the prevention of carcinoma. So next is how the breast cancer screening is done. As just now we have discussed about the mammography. Then first one is the sequence is CB, clinical breast examination. Second is self breast examination, that is breast self examination, BSE. Then mammography, then fine needle aspiration cytology, and then core needle biopsy. This is a sequence how we can diagnose the breast cancer. Now pathological classification. Number 1 is non-invasive cancer. Ductal carcinoma is in situ and lobular carcinoma is situ is found. Invasive cancer, invasive ductal carcinoma with extensive intraductal component which spreads into the duct, and Paget's disease of the nipple. The clinical presentation is lump in the breast, diffuse change with the breast without lump, decreasing size of the lump, then shrinking of the breast, retraction of the nipple. This type of changes can be seen in the breast of carcinoma. Nipple skin changes, pain, nipple discharge, and metastatic disease occasionally. These are the changes related to pathology. Then treatment: surgery to breast, surgery to axillary glands or axillary surgery. Then adjustment radiotherapy. Radiotherapy after breast conservation surgery, radiotherapy after mastectomy, and radiotherapy after axillary surgery is very necessary. This is all about short information related to breast carcinoma. So never neglect any symptoms. As I have already told you that cyst, fibrosis, fibroadenoma, a nipple discharge, retracted nipple, inflammation of the breast or shrinking of the breast, or venous wave is seen on the breast, axillary lymph node, weight loss in the patient who is having family history of breast. No symptoms should be neglected by the family physician. So try early diagnosis of the breast and go through the self breast examination and clinical breast examination. The videos are given on the YouTube, and try to understand it thoroughly how the breast examination is done, and it is our duty to teach the patient self breast examination so we can help little bit to our nation to regress the death due to the breast carcinoma. Thank you.